Hi there, welcome to The Trade. Wonderful to be here with you. Let's get across what traders are watching today. And we've had word that Scott Betson will be appointed U.S. Treasury Secretary after a vote in the U.S. Senate. He is a former hedge fund manager. He's very supportive of Trump tariffs. We all are reeling from that massive drop on the NASDAQ, particularly with some of those AI names as DeepSeek. Really spooks the market, and U.S. President-elect Donald Trump saying that DeepSeek's AI should be a, quote, wake-up call to the U.S. industry. That sell-off has pushed Bitcoin below the $100,000 level, gold retreating as well as investors liquidate positions. But we've seen renewed inflation worries helping to drive the oil price rally. But we also have the FOMC this week. So to get across it all, what it means for you traders, Peter Mcguire from XM joins me now. Peter, hi. Welcome. Plenty of moving parts as we find ourselves on this Tuesday morning of this shortened trading week here in Australia.
Well, good morning, Nadine. Yeah, sure is. I'll tell you what, it wasn't a holiday for everyone. We certainly worked yesterday and it was action-packed when you looked at the night session and what we saw as far as sell-off. Nvidia down 17%. It was a deep R, and President Trump's words on the whole subject matter. So I think it's going to be an interesting session tonight. Let's see how that rolls in as far as NASDAQ performance and the overall themes. And I'm looking forward to seeing how Asia inhales it.
Yeah, and it will take some time to really get a grasp as to what the DeepSeek means in the broader picture, yes. But also what some of the rhetoric around tariffs and Trump will mean, particularly when it comes to the FOMC and the Fed. I mean, what are you expecting? What are traders really positioning for when it comes to the Fed funds rate?
Okay, well, Fed funds rate, I mean, I made some notes, and you're looking at the best part of 45 sort of basis points being wiped out by end of year as far as a cut, Nadine. The dot plot's showing around about the Fed dot plot about 50 basis points. But it's a day-by-day proposition because as you, at the start of the conversation, you mentioned so many moving parts. This is the issue, considering where President Trump plays as far as tariffs. Are they going to be introduced on the 1st of February, that Mexico and Canada 25% tariffs? What's happening as far as Europe and China? So this is where the Fed's, I think, has to take a little bit of a backward seat because it's not a normal situation if you were just looking under a Biden administration. This is a totally different set of rules and circumstances, and that's where I think they're going to be putting the, just take an inhale and see what President Trump comes up with.
So likely to sit pat for now. Have market participants, do they care, I mean, for lack of a better term, whether these tariffs get implemented day 1, day 5, day 40, or, 6 months down the track?
Well, it's the uncertainty factor that, if you're in a position and then you're not hedged and something happens overnight and you're in Australia and you're looking at trading US equities or you're trading in other instruments, that, as you know, a great proportion as far as FX trade is done over that US session. That's when you see a lot of big moves. And you've just got to be conscious of that. And certainly the commodity sector as far as gold, look at the likes of energy and so on. So it just depends on what your 8-hour time frame is as far as trading perspective, Nadine. Are you an Asia Pacific? Are you a Mid-East / Euro UK sort of area? Or do you trade primarily US? And these are all critical factors that need to be evaluated. And what your strategy is appropriate as far as hedging, or when President Trump comes out with his certain comments which can greatly change market movement and volatility.
Yeah, well, you alluded to the Forex markets, to currencies, and we have seen a resurgence in the US dollar in particular. What sort of flow and effect has that had when it comes to other currency pairs?
Well, you're running at about a 107.43. I mean, only a week or two back we were at 109.50, and every chance you could have seen, there's the chart. I mean, that tells everything. You saw a big sell-off over the last probably week and a half to 2 weeks. That US dollar from 109.50 to 107.50 sort of handle, Nadine. And it seems to be in a downward track at the moment. So let's just see whether you're going to see support around that 106.50, 107 sort of handle. As far as currencies, Euro 104.50, Yen 155 after their 25 basis point hike on Friday, Aussie languishing at 62.63, and the pound running at around about 124.5. So there's plenty of movement there, and there's no shortage as far as opportunity for traders. As you know, it's 24/5 and it doesn't sleep.
Well, 24/7 when it comes to Bitcoin, though. Bitcoin feeling the pain from this uncertainty sparked by DeepSeek.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but I'm still seeing it's around that 100, 102 sort of handle. XRP's wiped a little bit off the 309, but it's still well up considering what we saw 2 months ago with the Trump and probably the best part of 2.5, nearly 3 months now since the election. So it's it's volatile, it has big swings, and if you want movement, well, that's a great market. It's like natural gas. If you want movement and excitement in your life, Nadine, that's the one to be a part of, and I think Bitcoin follows suit.
All right. Well, Peter, look, what we have taken from this, correct me if I'm wrong,
yes,
is that there are plenty of opportunities for traders, particularly because we're in such uncertain times.
100%. I mean, if you're not hedging your positions at these sort of breakouts that you saw Nvidia, Nadine, you've got to really look at your strategy. I'm talking about retail investors. They need to be conscious when you see markets really take a wipeout, and it just offers opportunities. And I think that's where traders need to be really conscious, as far as hedging and being mindful as far as, big volatility swings. And President Trump is challenging the orthodoxy, and that I think creates one word, which is volatility, Nadine.
Great. Well, Peter Mcguire, nice to catch up with you again in 2025. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Nadine.
And that does it for this episode of The Trade. We look forward to bringing you more, same time tomorrow.